and welcome to Back Care Advent. Today we're going to be doing something that's particularly focusing on the quadriceps. So if we look at Bob, thanks Bob for your assistance, our quadriceps attach around the pelvis, around here, and they come down over the femur and cross over the knee joint here. So as the quadriceps contract, we gain knee flexion. This guy here, flexion of the knee. They work in conjunction with our hamstrings. So we need our quads to shorten and our hamstrings to lengthen to gain flexion of the knee. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but that's it in its most simplicity. And it's a real basic understanding of biomechanics. Anyway, when we get back pain, particularly round through here, quite often it's because our quadriceps are being too dominant in a lot of our movement patterns and our hamstrings are being quite passive. So in order to gain better muscle balance and muscle control, that push-pull system, we need to gain a little bit more understanding of how the quads feel under length. Okay, so a saddle stretch is a beautiful way to get familiar with that in quite a safe environment. It's advanced, but I reckon you can handle it. So we're going to start laying down on the floor on our back. Okay, now I'm going to try and show you this from different angles maybe so that you can see how to get into position. So to begin with, what we're going to do is I'm going to lay on my side so you can see how I would recommend that you do that. Okay, take your leg as if you were going to be doing a quad stretch here, and then lay yourself back to allow your leg to drop. Okay, so on this side, pull. You will stay on the same leg, but I'm going to swap my legs so I can demonstrate how to do that without having my back to you. So we go from here, rest the foot and let the quad open. Now I'm quite upright here, I'm resting on my forearms. It's a nice stretch through, all the way through here. Now if you're relaxing into this, you would use your breath. And each time you exhale, you'll be able to drop a little bit deeper. It shouldn't hurt your knee, okay? If it's pulling too hard on your knee, come out of the stretch and then try and get back into it. If you want to try a more advanced pose, you can lay down. I always find it easier to hold my foot and then I actively push my knee down into the ground to try to get familiar with that quadricep, the quad muscle, feeling it under length, under my control. So I'm teaching my quads how much length they can gain, which is what we want to do in order to gain better movement at the hips and knees and reduce our back pain. So I'm actively pushing down with my knee and maintaining my breathing. Okay. Now to come out, you can do multiple different ways. Once you're finished, pull that knee in and then gently twist over to the side, because we want to gain range of movement and teach the muscles that they don't just have to dominate through one plane of motion. And then if we're going to do the other side, we would just do the same thing. Rest here, actively push that knee down into the floor. Now the more relaxed you can be, the more benefit you're going to have. And then you can be active and push, or you can just relax in this position. It's your choice, all right? Now it feels to me very different on one leg to the other. So that just goes to show how much imbalance our bodies can hold during movement patterns. And then once you're finished, tuck in, and then recline twist just to ease that stretch off. Okay. So a quadricep, quite advanced movement pattern. You can be static and hold the stretch and breathe through it. If you're going to be doing it static, 1 minute is the minimum buy-in, ideally 90 seconds. If you're going to be doing option 2 and you're going to be active with it, try and push 10 to 15 seconds, relax off for about the same, and then repeat a minimum of 3 times. The more you can do this, the better your muscles will respond. And we're also trying to incorporate better endurance and flushing through the muscles. So if you spend a lot of time cycling or running or doing squats and those kinds of things, your quads are going to really love how much oxygen that stretch brings to them. It's advanced, but give it a go.